Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Доставьте меня в больницу. Ага. Что хочу сказать. Меня одно смущает то, что предложение, конечно, офигенное. Как бы, что еще... Ого, какой он красавчик стал. Что еще можно желать, но...
I cannot enter.
Специалист по переливанию крови? Мы как бы сейчас вампир, не? Мне кажется, у нас будут с этим большие проблемы. Чё, блин? Что за... Почему я не могу бежать?
Rotten all proceed. Each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
Что произошло?
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Угу. Количество крови указывает на то, сколько единиц опыта, бла-бла-бла, это мы уже читали. Чтобы выпить кровь человека, сначала нужно загипнотизировать его и увести подальше от посторонних глаз. Если ваш уровень гипноза равен уровню сопротивления жертвы или превосходит его, вы можете получить контроль над его разумом.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Объять. Объять.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Did I black out?
Мужик. Как там у тебя? Кокс?
I feel giddy.
О, господи, что происходит?
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Ладно, сейчас осмотримся. Просто я еще непонятно, на что это повлияет, поэтому Вы не представляете, как я всегда парюсь в таких играх, что на что повлияет. Потому что когда один раз поиграл в игру такую, где ты сделал выбор, это ну пипец, как она отразилась на всем вообще. И ты такой в следующий раз, каждый раз думаешь, а вот я сделаю так, и что будет? Как получится? К чему это приведет? Вот. И потом окажется так, что... Можно я перепрыгну? Из-за какой-то фигни, которую я сделала по глупости, допустим, на эмоциях, там выбрала что-то или прочее, оказалось так, что я просто запорола все. Я такая, ну ладно. Так меня больше волнует, что он кого-то прикончил. Ну ладно. Не стоит, как говорится, судить, потому что увидел. Так. Сейчас я хочу просто... Ну, вы понимаете, да? Пошариться везде. Состояние района здоровья. Опа, Степа. Что-то... Крысочка, иди сюда. Карантин. На территорию не заходить. Ага. А я могу? Я же вампир, там не болею, все дела. Окей, они были большого уровня, кстати. В сравнении с моим третьим, они были 10-го, 9-го. Хорошо. Да, они там кровяку развели, что ли? Здрасте. Чего? Палач. Атака. Не-не-не. Да ёп, красота. Вот первая смерть. Как обычно. Вас уничтожили. Быть бессмертным значит страдать. И страдание это будет вечно. Так, а собственно где я? Ладно, давайте я не вобрусь больше никуда, потому что я вот вечно пойду такая, надо посмотреть, что где, забреду и помру 50 раз. Это я умею.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Чё, рычание в саду? А как мне? Куда мне? Как мне туда? Есть карта. Ой. F удалить. И вон как. Ну, господи, ну давай. Какое такое рычание в саду? Ого!
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Простите.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Благодарю, прекрасная женщина. Так, а теперь я бегу обратно. Потому что, кажется, я там что-то пропустила все-таки. Не люблю, когда не умею ориентироваться нормально. Там же рычание, я слышала, правильно, да? В саду. Господи, что это за хрень? Добей ты его, Джонатан, ну что? Зюзя какая-то. Мама мия. Это будет сложно. Качаться надо. Вас уничтожили. Мы вышли за пределы круга жизни и смерти. Мы нежить. Что, мне каждый раз так будет выскакивать? Цитату дня, скажем так. От нашего создателя прекрасного. Ага. Найс. Бей его. Ай, какой ты раз, ты, мама мия. Угу. Прекрасно. Ой! Там их еще двое. А, больно! Да чтоб вас! Если вы хотите быстро набрать силу, пейте кровь жителей Лондона. Не думали? На самом деле у меня сейчас подгорает немножко. И я не уверена из-за чего. Из-за того, что я, лезу куда не следует. Либо из-за того, что что-то сложно. Короче, не будем трогать бедных. Не знаю, они похожи на зомбарей. Как там скали. Я не запомнила. Ладнушки. Пойдемте сначала сходим там в кабинет, прокачаемся, если можно. Я надеюсь, что можно. Люди, я вам помогу, обещаю. Сканные пробирки. Можно лекарство сделать, кстати. Как я поняла. О, я знаю, где это. А этого мужика забрали? Этот Кокс еще сидит здесь. Ну ладно, надеюсь, его заберу в скором времени. Мы выясним, какой фиг он там человека кокнул. Так. Мне нравится, что мы по помойкам шарим. В стиле крутого доктора. Ой, мамочки. Ты нужен королю и стране. Вступай в армию, помоги храбрецам на фронте. О, минус чья-то дверь. Давайте посмотрим.
It's locked.
Еще бы. Ладно, я хотя бы вон подобрала всякий хлам. Ее можно разобрать. Ладушки, давайте. Беги, мужчинка. Давайте потом схожу туда. Реально меня прям душит жаба походить сначала везде все исследовать. О, здравствуйте. А вы кто? Неизвестно. Давайте поговорим.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Недостающие ингредиенты, новое расследование. Типа побочное, задание, видимо. Расследование, которое вам доверяют граждане, сортировано по районам. Чтобы приступить к заданию, выберите его, нажав. Ага, послед на карте. Хорошо. Ладно. Доктор Тора Стрикленд, молодой смелый врач, воодушевленный успехами современной медицины. В данный момент он сам проводит эксперимент и ждет, когда доставят заказанный им товар. Он подозревает, что продавец хочет продать товар не ему, а более именитому врачу. Вот почему он попросил меня воспользоваться моим влиянием и добыть нужные ему материалы. Хорошо. Это я без Б вообще. Так, а можно тут еще
Please, could you tell me
что-нибудь?
something about yourself? I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Харви Фидик.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones and flesh.
Ну, тоже верно. Ладненько. Найдем подсказочки, придем к тебе еще, чувак. Так, мне прям интересно, что там за ситуация такая. Неоконченное письмо. Пенбрукская больница, 2 ноября. Мои милые дети, извините за то, что я не написал вам раньше, но мне чертовски больно нацарапать даже пару слов на этой проклятой бумаге. Не бойтесь, как только врачи вылечат папину руку, он сразу выйдет из больницы. А пока, если вам что-то понадобится, пойдите на стройку и скажите мистеру Чедвигу, что вы дети Харви Фидика. Вы Роберта Чедвига помните? Большого усатого мужчину, который прошлой весной помогал мне чинить двери. Разыщите его и попросите несколько монет. Он вам не откажет. Мне жаль, что я пока не могу работать, но когда я выйду, мы что-нибудь придумаем. Не волнуйтесь, как только папина рука снова станет сильной, все будет хорошо. Как только врачи починят мою руку, я что-то там. Так, хорошо. Здравствуй. Ты у нас Фидик. Давай поговорим с тобой, что ли?
I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
Ну, это грустно.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Я так понимаю, видимо, из-за того, что он боится, как сказать-то, господи, навредить ему в процессе. Он же там сейчас новообращен, у него крыша от крови поедет и все.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Вот я вижу здесь, смотрите, сбоку, с двух сторон, гипноз или медосмотр.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
То есть... Ага. Качество крови у него же. Так, я не хочу его убивать, вы чего? Издеваетесь?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Так, добраться до аптеки.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm all right. They lack the resources. Don't waste your time with me. Brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Так. Ага, вход.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Ты телепортируешься, что ли, как-то? Я не поняла. Так, здесь я ничего не могу спросить. Здесь тоже ничего пока.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Или он ходит, типа... где я? Собственно. Что такое? Нажимаю там 5 за доктор Стрикленд.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Ну-ка, у тебя проблема со мной, что ли?
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Ну, я не считаю реально нужным оправдываться перед этим засранцем.
I don't see any reason why I should justify my actions to you.
That's true, Dr. Reed. The only judge has to be yourself. The question is, are you judging yourself hard enough?
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Какой он противный мужчина. Так, ладно.
Tell me, Waverley, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
Не поспоришь. Так,
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Какой же ты говнюк. Честное слово.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Ну, хотя главное, чтобы он был нормальным врачом. То, что он говнюк, как бы простительно, если он хорошо лечит людей. Ой, здравствуйте. А, ну не кашляйте, это мы читали. А кто?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Да ладно, я тоже, прикинь. Только что-то не верится мне, что ты вампир. Фигня, ты не вампир.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Огас, мне кажется, она немножко от кукушки поехала.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Okay.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cottard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Да нет, ты вообще адекватная женщина.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Ха-ха. Какая странная женщина. Божечки, кошечки. Так, что там? Подсказок нет.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Лол, мне кажется, он сам над ней стебнулся так сейчас.